No wonder Melania Trump is the winner in the end. While the world often watches her with curiosity, few truly understand the quiet power she holds. She sometimes it only takes a single movement, a simple gesture to reveal everything. Recently, after finishing one of his classic high-energy speeches, Donald Trump did something we have seen before: his guest signature dance. It was light-hearted, a little goofy, but this time what caught everyone's attention was not the dance itself. It was Melania's reaction. Usually composed and reserved, Melania did something rare. She pointed at her husband, smiled warmly, and began applauding him. Not a forced clap, not a polite smile, but genuine affection. And just like that, in that brief moment, the world saw something very real: a quiet bond between husband and wife, a bond that was withstood time, pressure, and public scrutiny. To truly understand why this movement mattered, we need to go back to where it all began. Melania was born in 1970. She did not come from wealth or power. Her father was a car salesman. Her mother worked in fashion. But even as a child, Melania had the unique bond of discipline, elegance, and ambition. She studied architecture and design, and by the age of 16, she was already modeling. When she moved to New York in 1990s, she was not chasing fame. She was building a life, one decision at a time. Then in 1998, she met Donald Trump at a party during Fashion Week. He was already a celebrity, a billionaire, and most importantly, a man with very specific taste. What happened next was not a fairy tale. It was something more grounded. Donald gave her his number. She did not call. He gave it again. This time she did. From the beginning, Melania played by her own rules. She was not overwhelmed by Trump fame. Instead, she observed, she calculated, and eventually she fell in love. They married in 2005, and from day one, Melania made it clear she would stand by Donald Trump, but she would never compete with him for spotlight. She was not trying to be loudest voice in the room. Instead, she mastered the power of quiet presence. Melania developed a unique philosophy of marriage, one that many may not understand. She understood what Donald needed: loyalty, distraction, and a certain kind of discipline. While others criticized him publicly, Melania rarely did. Even when media storms surrounded them, she maintained her dignity. Her silence often said more than words ever could. There were moments that could have broken other marriages, from controversial headline to global scandal. Melania stood firm, not by yelling, not by tweeting, but simply by showing up composed, elegant, and unreadable. That's her strength. But Melania was not just a first lady or wife of a billionaire. She was also a mother. When Barron Trump was born in 2006, Melania dedicated herself entirely to raising him. She did not hire an army of nannies. She don't outsource parenting. She made it clear that Barron was her priority. She famously said, "I am full-time mom. That's my job." And in a world where public figures often chase the next appearance or headline, Melania chose to stay grounded. She stayed home, she protected her son's privacy, she guided him herself. Her approach was not flashy. It was traditional, even old-fashioned, but it worked. Through the course of campaigns, controversies, and criticism, Melania built up a peaceful world for her family behind closed doors. Of course, things were not always easy. Being the first lady of the United States comes with a microscope few can handle. Every outfit she wore was analyzed. Every expression was dissected. People wondered why she didn't smile more, why she didn't speak more, why she seemed distinct. But the truth is, Melania did not change for the role. She brought the role to her. She stayed true to herself. She focused on her initiative like Be Best, aimed at children's well-being. She avoided unnecessary trauma. She rarely responded to critics. That silence, it was not weakness, it was control. Even during Trump legal battles and never-ending media attention, Melania never wavered. She stayed calm, and Donald, he noticed, despite the cost of his life, he knew that Melania was his anchor. And that's why that small gesture, the smile, the pause, the playful point matter so much. In that moment, Melania reminded the world and Donald himself that she is still here, still supporting him, still proud of him, despite everything. It was not just a wife applauding her husband, it was a woman saying, "I see you, I know who are you, and I still with you." For a man who has bullied towers, hosted TV shows, and led a nation, those small moments of personal connection may matter more than any really crowded political win. So why is Melania the winner in the end? Because while others came and went, Melania stayed. She endured. She evolved. She learned how to navigate the most unpredictable man in American politics and never lost herself in the process. She was not just Donald Trump's wife, she was his calm, his mirror, his mystery. And now, after all the years, all the headlines, it's clear. Donald Trump may have conquered the business world and political, but Melania conquered something even harder: his heart. And not just by being beautiful, but by being smart, loyal, patient, and above all, by knowing when to speak and when silence is more powerful than words. In the end, love is not always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, it's steady, it's a smile, a glance, a single moment in time. And in that moment, we saw exactly why Donald Trump loves Melania.